Daily Purge. The Daily Purge. I hope I'm hooked up here right. Let me look at this real quick. I know it's not nice when I'm not hooked up. I'm not hooked up. All right, here we go. Now we're changed. I think we're to the right microphone now. It sounds much better. I hope you're doing fantastic today. It's Friday, winding down the week, man. How's everybody doing today? Always the teacher, always the student, right? Tell you, I love it when I learn something. I love it when I learn something. And today, Lane and I, right, in our book, Unleash Your Humble Alpha, we talk about letting go of the how and not focusing on the outcome. That you focus solely intently on the intention. And I was talking to a group of people today, and one of them was a psychiatrist, or either one, and talking about relationships. And I thought it was profound because when you're in a relationship, the best way to live is without expectations, right? It really is. So you come home, I always use that example. You come home with flowers and the wife's like, oh shit, what's he want? And you're like, oh, maybe I'll get something tonight. And without verbalizing that expectation, it's going to end up in sort of an argument, heartbreak, whatever. It'll be something that won't be happy. Someone won't be happy. And so they were talking about this, and we were talking about specific moments in relationships when you feel not recognized or not paid attention to, or you don't feel like you're being appreciated enough. Where does that come from, right? It comes from the expectations. Boom. I mean, even at that level, and of course I thought of it, but I never articulated it. And as you know, articulating your operating system, your personal operating system, is a way to maximize that ability to operate clearly on top of that, right? So I just thought it was profound that, of course, you come home with flowers and stuff, that's different. But if you're sitting somewhere and your husband walks by and he doesn't look at you, are you upset? Do you feel bad? Or maybe you just come out of the shower and you walk by your wife and your wife doesn't look at you. Does that upset you? Does that why isn't she looking at me? Doesn't she find me attractive? Yada, yada, yada. Where's that coming from? Insecurity? Is it coming from expectations? Probably a little bit of both, but more likely expectations you expect because maybe you look at your wife when she walks by out of the shower, but she doesn't look at you. That doesn't mean she doesn't find you attractive. That means that's not her focus at that moment, or maybe it's not her focus at all. Who knows, right? And so decoding those actions in the relationships, man, it's powerful. I mean, it really helped me too. It's funny because I preach that. Lane and I, we wrote a book about it, a critically acclaimed book about it. And then, I turn around, I'm like, yeah, man, I never thought that deep before about a relationship. Because, my wife and I have a great relationship. It's an amazing relationship. And we also have our issues, which we work through, which is, excuse me, which is key. And, but this is to another level, to another depth. And also things like you create expectations through the other person as well. If let's say, for instance, your wife asks you, hey, I like it when you do X, Y, and Z, right? Let's say, for instance, I like it when you cut the grass, right? And so your mind, you're like, okay, her expectation is that I cut the grass. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe she was just saying, I like it when you cut the grass occasionally, or once in a while, or whatever, if you have a gardener or whatever. And so asking that question at that moment, like, actually, I don't mind cutting the grass, but it's not one. I like doing things for you and things that you like me to do, but this isn't one of them. Is it that important for you, or why is it important for you? Like, just asking that extra question, I was like, I wouldn't ask that question. My wife's like, I love it when you cut the grass. I like seeing you sweat out in the sun. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm cutting the grass. You know what I mean? It's like, but am I sacrificing in that moment who I am, or you know what I mean? Like, these are the deep questions they were asking, and it was pretty cool. It was something that blew me away. So it leads me back to, of course, the way we live: focus on the intention, not the outcome. You can't control the outcome anyway, right? So what's your intention in moments like that? What's your intention? My intention in that moment was to please my wife, right? But at the same time, if I didn't want to cut the grass, I'd be doing something that I didn't want to do to please my wife. Is that right? Is that healthy? No, because it's going to build up over time. So either discuss it at the moment, nip it in the bud, deal with it in a positive and constructive way. Just like in business, the same thing. If your boss tells you to do something, you don't want to do it, you're like, okay, I guess I'll go do it. And suddenly you hate your job. So 75% of people in America hate their job, right? So how do you navigate that expectation of your boss to do exactly what you say? And how do you navigate giving in to what you think is an expectation without even asking? Because sometimes a boss or a leader will tell you to do something. And I mean, I used to love this when someone would come back to me and be like, hey, Stephen, you asked me to do this and that, but I got a question. Why? And, an idiot leader would be like, because I freaking told you so. That's why. Well, you can quit that job right now. You're going nowhere in that company. But a true leader would be like, why? Well, I think because this, that, and that, and this, that, and that. And they'll be like, well, I actually think there's another way to do it. Like, really? Do tell. And the next thing you know, you're being more productive, more innovative. You just empowered somebody to change something in your business, and you took that task off your desk because now they have it. Now apply that to a relationship. Man, I'm looking forward to some breakthroughs. I hope you are too. All right. You have a fantastic one. I hope you're doing great and you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Oh, I just saw this comment. Sorry, I missed everything. Hey, Jared. Hey, Dominic. How you doing, brother? My Florida insurance guy. He's my life insurance guy. Awesome dude. James Wood. Good evening. Mark Dudek. Tim Lansby. What's up, mate? Jared. Klaus. Hey, Klaus. Grüß dich, mein Lieber. Schön, dich zu hören. I read about my wife Roses just because it always makes her day. Yes, indeed, Mark. Little drop the towel, problem solved. Two people in a relationship should be focused on understanding each other, not wanting the spouse to make them happy. If you both correct, exactly, James, and that's it. We're all responsible for our own happiness. Our spouses are there to make us happier than we already are, right? A spouse is not there to make you happy. If so, one of you are going to leave. Hey, Olga. Yes, indeed. Hey, dude, and what's up, Guy Page? Anyway, hope you have a fantastic weekend. Tomorrow's Max's birthday party. We have 13 kids here. It's going to be a madhouse. The blow-up castle is already sitting right in front of me in the backyard, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I get to bounce around with the kids. I'm very careful. I don't shoot them through the moon. All right, everybody, have a fantastic one. Remember what we always say. It's something that we live by. It's all about quality of life. Hey, Monica. Yes, indeed. Happy birthday, Maxie. Yes. Love you guys. Thank you so much always for tuning in.